is Datig. It's an acronym. It stands for Do All Things in Goodness, which is what I'm about to talk about. But first is more introduction. And tangent of the fact that I've got a American flag on the side here that I had been slowly looping the ring through that now is done. So I'm gonna move it from my shoulder to here.
Now, does that make you an American hero?
I don't think this makes me an American hero. I think I make me an American hero, and the people of which I associate with make me an American hero.
All right.
I don't like the American hero idea. I think once you qualify it with American, then it becomes an evil thing because it separates it from those that are not American.
What do you think of I've done like 14 episodes of Burncast.tv. What do you think of the theme? Nobody's mentioned it.
I've only seen like the first 2 of them. Oh, the theme, American Dream theme. I want the American Dream to be that it's not defined as the American Dream, because that immediately makes it exclusive to American, American.
Right,
as opposed to like, I don't know, like the Pangean Dream or something like that.
Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Okay.
But that's just, I don't want to get into the.
You don't want to get the politics of that.
But Datig, right?
All right. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with Burncast, because you just told me a story a minute ago, and it was the first time I heard it, and then I think that rolls right into Datig, right?
Yes,
okay.
It does. So my history with Burncast, I will look away from camera. Thank you very much. Directly in the eyes.
Yes.
The Bomb and the Burncasts and Chai Guy and what's his name? Lecter?
Lecter! Yes.
The guy who facilitates.
There'd be no Burncast without Lecter.
Oh, yes, Lecter. So I have my brain. If I want to focus on something, I need to give it 12 other things to do at the same time, and usually that was television, which would often cause me to get trapped in the visualization of it and sit down in front of it and just watch the TV.
Right.
So I found the Burncasts, and they were wonderful. I could listen while I was still focusing on doing whatever it was that I was doing and get things done, and still kind of feel like I was part of the Burning Man community.
Drink!
and get many things. I felt like so productive, like much more productive than I'd been in recent history, and it was just really good. And while I'm listening to these Burncasts, this is after my first burn was in '06, and this is probably around May, June-ish that I get into Burncast. And my first burn, I was dubbed the Playa Supplya, which was an appropriate name because I always had something for whenever they were like, I really wish I had kind of hey, here you go, I've got that. So I became the Playa Supplya, and I liked the name. It felt a little too like titly and a bit of a mouthful when I introduced myself to people. But and it also resulted in taking an hour and a half for me to get my drink at center camp after the burn, because nobody could read what it said on the side of my cup because they were so stressed and wrote it down really quickly. And
it was a scribble.
It was a scribble. It was a long scribble, but a scribble nonetheless. So I realized then I needed a shorter name, and I didn't want to. I was wrestling with the whole picking a name for myself, because the Playa name's supposed to be given to you based on what other people perceive your personality to be or whatever. And then I was also wrestling with then that applies a rule to the Playa name, and that's supposed to be totally about not rules and freedom of, whatever.
Right.
So, cut to getting things done, listening to the Burncast. And Chai Guy is away recording.
It's on the Pacific Crest Trail.
He's doing the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada.
Yep.
And mentions that he met a man named Joff, which was an anagram for Journey of Freedom of Flight, I think it was. I know it was Journey of Freedom of something.
Something, yeah.
It was JOFF. And instantaneously it clicked in my head. I'd been evaluating myself and my actions and how they relate to the world around me, and realized that in order to not worry about what other people think about what's going on, as long as I have the best of intentions behind my actions, then I know that I'm pretty safe in what I'm doing. So the phrase "do all things in goodness" was kind of like a mantra that I had been living by, and just trying to do all things in goodness, basically. And as soon as I heard the Joff, it just popped in there, "do all things in goodness," Datig. And that's how I got the name Datig. And now whenever I introduce myself to people, I have to explain it, and I get to spread the message.
Nice.
And it keeps me in check, making sure, because now that any of you who watch this will say, hey, you're that Datig guy from the Burncast thing, and I'll be like, oh, well then you expect me to be good, so now I must be good. And yeah, I think think that's all the information that I needed to relay. It's hard to repeat.
Oh, right.
You know, when you have a brain that is scattered as my own. But
okay. I just have one quick question. I'm getting the battery light now, so I hope we capture this.
I thought I saw that look. Yeah.
Okay. The question is, we got little light problems. If now that you know Burncast is going to video instead of audio, how do you feel about that?
Yes, I do know that. I think that might be why I haven't been watching as much of it or paying attention to as much of it, because I initially went to it to stay away from the visual thing. But I have been feeling a little bit of guilt about not actually checking it out. I saw the other day there was a blog that you had done saying that there was a new episode, and I was like, oh, I should check that out. And I still haven't gotten to it. Partially because Time Warner Cable is evil, and it takes forever for me to watch anything that has to do anything with video. Like I used to watch Ask a Ninja stuff, and I can't do any of that because it takes 5 times the length of the episode to load up the image, and I just don't see the point in that, to waste my time watching something. Not to say that Burncast would be wasting my time, because
it might. I mean, I don't know how I feel. I mean, video is less work for me. It's a lot faster. Audio took forever. Seriously, it took me a work week to produce one episode.
Yeah, I heard you mentioning that.
But yeah, I think I love listening to what Burning Man is instead of, because Burning Man can't be seen on a screen. It has to be experienced.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my feeling.
And those who haven't been, by the way, as long as you're respectful, feel comfortable enough to go, because you were already invited by everyone who's already there. A message that I got from one of the Burncasts, which is so true. So I just wanted to say that.
Right, that's a great way to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Hey, community.
Community.